Now I know you see two machines right here, the Cricut Maker 3 and the Juliet, but this is not a versus video. This is not a battle, although I should do that. Let me know if you guys are interested, and of course I'll bring in the cameo as well. But today's video, I have a sweet project and I'm just going to be cutting them both out on both machines so you guys can see the difference, because I know not everyone has the Juliet. So if you have a Cricut Maker, if you have a Juliet, if you have a Solo, if you have a Cameo, it doesn't matter what desktop cutter you have. This video is going to be a banger because I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut the Siser Brick 600. I love this vinyl, like I really do, but I haven't used it in a while, so I had to go get some more. Thanks Heat Transfer Warehouse. So I got mine from Heat Transfer Warehouse. You can get this and so many other different materials as well. So this is the Siser Easy Brick 600. I got 3 different colors. I have some more around here, but I didn't know if I was gonna have enough. It comes in a variety of different colors, guys, and it comes in fluorescent as well. So there are some fluorescent colors, and I think this pink one is a fluorescent pink. Now, when you're cutting the Siser Easy Brick, it's for simple projects. You cannot layer. You might use another type of vinyl in your project, right? But you cannot layer brick on brick, all right? Just so you know that. So the Siser Easy Brick is 600 microns thick. I'm not sure if you guys know what that means. So right away when you open it up, you can tell when you get it, if you've never felt it before, this vinyl is thick. I mean, it's thick, like me. Now I'm just playing. So you are going to feel it. This vinyl gives you extra dimensions to your garment. So it's best used on simple designs, caps, bags, you know, logos. It gives a pop and it definitely gives like a 3D dimension. So I'm going to show you guys up close. We're going to cut it out. I love this vinyl because it just makes your design stand out and makes it, you know, protrude out from the shirt, right? So that's what we're looking for. It's not like a puff. The puff is more rounded. This is more 3D, just extra dimension off the shirt. So these are the sheets. I got them in black, white, and pink for right now. This is the fluorescent pink. So you can get them by the sheets or you can get them by the roll. They come in like 3-foot rolls, 5 yards, 10 yards, and you can get them up to 20 inches long. If you know you're going to be using it a lot, and if you have like a really big, you know, commercial cutter. These are only 12-inch cutters. My Cameo is my 15 cutter, and then I have a Graph Tech, which is like 24 inches. So if you have a big cutter or the actual Romeo, then you can get the 20 inches if you want that width, that long. All right, but I always get like 12 or 15 inches, and then I just cut long. That's what I do if I know I'm cutting a lot. So today I'm going to show you how it cuts out. I'm going to tell you the settings, but I am not going to show you desktop mode because I'm not cutting out like really intricate details today. So if you are looking for like desktop mode step-by-step tutorials, I have so many other previous videos, so please refer to those. But it's real simple, real straightforward. You're going to cut in reverse because you are using Siser Brick. So everything you're doing is cut in reverse, and I'll tell you the settings for each of these machines while I'm cutting, all right? So be sure to stay tuned until the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video because I need those likes. I need those likes, right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the video and cut out our design for today. So I'm starting with the Juliet. I'm gonna cut that on. And it doesn't matter the mat that you use. I'm gonna put this face down on the mat. And now I'm just gonna insert this, making sure I bring it all the way up to the lines and take it in. So because this is the first time I'm using the Siser Brick with the actual Juliet, I'm gonna use my test cut feature because I need to test the settings. So I'm just gonna go under settings. So I'm gonna go under cut settings, and I'm going to see if there's a pre-existing one for brick because they do have some in here already, like they have the strip flock. But let's go to HTV, and they have a setting already. Come on now, the Juliet ain't no joke. They already have a setting for Siser Brick. So I'm gonna just select that. So the cut settings that they have stored in the machine that already came, already preloaded, is a speed of 10 and the force of 12. Force of 12. So let's go ahead and click this t-shirt button right here to test it out. My nails. So we're gonna see Did that even cut on the thing? I think I cut it too close. So let's just see how that cut. I'm gonna pull it out. It's like right on the tip. I should have had it over. But let's see if that cut. If that cut perfectly, we good to go. All right, so now I'm just going to try to weed this out. Looks like I can use a higher force. But if you can see the little t-shirt cut out, I had it right on the edge, but that cut perfectly, guys. And here we go. So I did take the force up to 13 because the 12 wasn't really coming out too good, only because I have some really small, thin lines. So we're gonna see if the force of 13 cuts much better. But as you can see, the Juliet, this machine is quiet. Compared to the Cameo, much quieter. And it goes right back inside. All right, so let's go ahead, pull that out. All right, and I'm hoping that this weeds perfectly. So the first design that you just saw me trying to cut out, it cut, but it would not weed perfectly because the bottom was a thin cursive font and I just couldn't get it to weed. So I scrapped that, changed it, and so now I'm cutting out this new design. It says fearless with the proverb scripture at the bottom. So I'm hoping that the bottom part cuts and weeds perfectly. So let's see how it goes. This is the carrier side, so you want to put it face down. The Juliet is going to cut bottom left-hand corner, so you want to always start over here. Okay, there we go. And now I'm gonna load it in, make sure it's lined up by those gray arrows over here. These are my cut settings. I took it up to 14 actually. Speed of 10. This Juliet is no joke. You can see the details. Cutting that auto weed box, and we done, baby, just like that. And pull it out. And there go those cut lines. I hope this cut perfectly. So guys, I'm off. All right, so I had it a little bit too far over. I have to cut this again. All right, so I had to cut it twice and I still never got it like perfect, but we're going to rock with it and use what I have and make it work. So this is the auto weed box, and I took the cut settings up to 14. So let's see how well it cuts out. All right, you want to be very careful. I'm going to be really careful because I have some small lettering over here, and I want to make sure that it stays down, which it looks like small stuff is kind of, you know, hard to do with brick. So as far as the small letters go, it's not weeding perfectly, but the big ones, no problem. Big pieces, no problem. Well, spoke too soon. Some of them, as you can see, I'm having to punch out and hold down in place. I don't even know what that first number was for the scripture. All right, I'm gonna see what I can do, if I can salvage this. Get the other piece from that, because as you can see, a little piece of this S got cut off. So I'm gonna see if I can get it from the other one, because the other side got cut off on the other one. And I'm gonna see if I can get all of the letters at the bottom. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna use the bottom because I'm not gonna waste any more of the brick. All right, so I'm using my Cricut Maker 3. I'm gonna turn that on, slide it forward so you guys can see just a little bit better. I'm gonna start with the pink. And just so you guys can kind of like really see it up close, because I didn't show it, look how thick that is. Do y'all see how thick that vinyl is? This baby got back. All right, so I'm gonna put it glossy side, carrier side down on the mat, lining that up. As you can see, it's only 10 inches. This one looks like it's just under 10 inches. All right, here we go. All right, that's finished cutting. I'm gonna transfer and I'm gonna cut out the white. Here we go. So this is the one that I'm kind of worried about. It's the thin lettering, the small lettering, so making sure that it's gonna cut out perfectly. So we're gonna see. And y'all let me know which machine you think is loudest, because I think the Cricut is louder than the Juliet actually. The Cricut is louder when this moves back and forth. But y'all let me know what you guys think. All right, time to see how it cut out on the Cricut. So on the Juliet, you have to put in the numbers. Here it's just less, default, or more. I got the heat press already heating up. Already heating up, guys. It's so thick. Look at that. So the thicker your design is, it weeds out much better. Weeds out much better. Look at that, no problem. Weed it out so easy. Let's get the little pieces out. Okay, and I almost had the B, but I'm gonna go ahead, lift that one up and I'm gonna put on the other one right in its place. So I'll do that at the heat press. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right in position. And I'm gonna actually tape the back of that so that way it's lined up perfectly. All right, moment of truth. Moment of truth. You gotta get under there, peel that back. All right, let's see. Please, please, please. And it's a script font too. So far, so good. But it's coming off, guys. Y'all, look at that. That weeded really good. Ooh, I was worried. Come on, baby. Look at that. Look at that. That weeded perfectly. All right, so the Cricut cut the, even though this wasn't as thin as the other ones because it was much smaller. So I just think really, really small or intricate words or characters, you might have some difficulty with it. But I should try cutting it out with the Cricut just to see that part. And I think I just might, just to see if it will cut out. But there we go, the script font cut out perfectly with the Cricut. So I'm just gonna go ahead and separate this. So I have everything lined up. So I am gonna test out and see if I can get those other words to cut better with the Cricut. And then we'll go on over to the heat press. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Looks good. Let's see if it weeds. I recut my F2 just because I think it had messed up the size. Because I was mixing, one got cut off, so I had to use the other one, and I made it smaller. So I just recut the F2 to see which one fits and looks better. Let's see those small letters. Let's see if those small letters weave better on the Cricut. So far, guys, y'all stop playing. So far, this is so thick. Those numbers I was really having trouble with on the Juliet. Try not to pop it up. Shut your mouth. Look at that. Everything came out. Let's weed out all those little small pieces in between. Y'all, the Cricut cut out the smaller pieces better than the Juliet. I tried it on 12. I tried it on a force of 13. And I took it up on a force of 14. So all I used for the Cricut was more pressure. And it came out beautifully. Beautifully. But you know, on the Juliet, it was sticking. But this just like came out perfect. Y'all stop playing. Y'all stop playing. Look at that. Crisp. Let's go ahead and press everything. Okay guys, I'm intercepting this video because I finished the video yesterday. It's the next day. Excuse the way I look. Just took my son to school. It's early in the morning. So I have to come back and insert this clip in here because I completely forgot all about this. Y'all saw I was having trouble. I was struggling with the cutting of the small lettering with the Juliet. So when I posted my reel, Siser reached out to me, Patrick from Siser, and he was like, which machine what? I gotta know, I gotta know. So my fault, my bad. I'm gonna test it again. Your Juliet comes with two blades, a 45-degree angle and a 60-degree angle. So the 60-degree angle is for really, really small lettering, precise cuts, detailed, and I didn't switch out my blade. So I'm gonna switch out my blade and see how it cuts. Now the video is finished. I already made it to the end of the video, but I am gonna show you if the Juliet can cut better than the Cricut with that wording. And then I'll let you know so that way you guys can see, because I want it to be fair. Even though it wasn't a competition, but I just tried it on both and it worked out perfectly with the Cricut. But we gotta give the Juliet, you know, credit where credit is due if it works out. So I'm switching it now. This is the housing that it comes in, and I haven't changed the blade since I literally got this machine. So I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. I'll show you the blades up close. All right, so this is the 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle, not sure if you can see that tip really well. That's that one. You have to take off the covering. They come with coverings. So this is the back, the bottom, and when you take it off, now that's the 60-degree. All right, so I'm going to switch that out, and then we're going to cut it again to see how well it cuts out. Just comes out just like that. I'm going to put that red cap right back on it so that way I can know the difference, and so that way I don't cut myself either. All right, you want to keep the tips on them. So it comes with the 245 and it comes with the 160. And you're just going to drop it in just like so. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to put this back on it and screw it back in place. And you only want a small tip to remain out. Okay, so now I'm going to mash that. So we got to retract it a little bit. Just a small tip to remain out. Let's go. Pretty much everything is intact. Let's see how it's cut, guys. Like, we're not even playing no games. Let's see. Come on, Juliet. All right, moment of truth. Let's see how this cut out. I still left, this wasn't like a really, really big piece. I should have made it even smaller to see too, actually. But let's see how it did, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna weed this up. I'm just gonna pull. Much better from the first time. Much better. I gotta see what cut settings that was on. Alright, it kept in mostly everything. Kept in mostly everything. Just one letter got messed up. And I believe if I take up my settings once again, like the pressure once again, then it would work even better. But this is way better than the last time. Way better than the last time. But because you have to enter in the numbers and the cut settings, it was on 12. So, I should have took it back up to at least like 13, and I'm pretty sure it would have cut perfectly. But I'm not going to waste any more of this brick because it is not cheap. But this is the best cut I've had so far. So I just wanted to show that again, just because I wanted it to be fair. I had to be fair. So look at that. Still a little sticky, but everything cut except that little last piece. You know, I pulled it up, but everything is there. So had I took the force up to 13, I would say that's the sweet spot. It would have worked. And this L keeps coming off. Y'all see that? I don't know where my L keep going. So this vinyl is kind of like sticky and, you know, rubbery, so it pulls. So you have to cut those lines really crisp. So I would say 13. So I still love the Juliet. You just have to know the cut settings. This is the piece for here. So I am going to save this because I can use this another time. But once you have your force dialed in perfectly, you'll get perfect cuts with the Siser Juliet. Like, there's just no comparison between the Juliet and the Cricut. All right, so I'm gonna use my Transpro Plus heat press. This is a 16 by 20. I'm gonna put one of the designs on a Lane 7 hoodie, and the other one I'm gonna put on a t-shirt. So you wanna pre-press first with this. So you definitely want to pre-press it, because you want to get all that moisture out. So about 3 seconds. Oh, and this is still on really light pressure from the other day, my last job. So I'm just going to take it up. This requires medium pressure, All right, so we're pressing at 311, 10 seconds, first time. Then you have to flip it over, all right? Then you have to flip it over and press for 20 seconds. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and line all this up. It feels almost like rubber, but it's brick. She's a brick. Let me save that for the results, because we hoping that this comes out perfectly. We're hoping that this comes out perfectly, and I'm gonna bring you guys in closer so you can see everything. Let's come on in, because I know you want to get a little closer. All right, so yeah, I had to separate it. Real ghetto, I know. So I'm just gonna try to make sure I have this centered. So what I'm going to do is just use my T-square ruler just to make sure it's centered. Trying to get that F lined up perfectly. So I don't care what video I do, someone is still always asking me about this ruler. This is a T-square ruler where you can line things up. I got it from Heat Press Nation. Look under the website for Heat Press Nation and look under accessories. Look under accessories, guys. Heat press accessories, and it should be still there. I bought it a long time ago. All right, so I'm just lining this up. That should be good. I'll show you guys how I actually use the ruler, because it's one thing to show it to you. So it has these grooves right here. All you do is put it in the groove right here, and you glide it up, and you just make sure everything is straight going across and down. Now I can bring it up to Fearless, and I want to make sure all those letters are straight at the top, okay? There we go. And then just remove it. Teflon sheet. This does require a Teflon sheet. Okay, and now I'm going to slide that up, and now I'm going to press 10 seconds, medium pressure, 311 degrees. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna be very careful, make sure everything is still straight. Make sure everything is straight, and I'm gonna press it now for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. No Teflon sheet needed this time around. 20 seconds, and here we go. Okay, auto open. And now I'm gonna let this cool all the way down. This is a cold peel. I'm gonna let this cool all the way down, and then we'll peel it. All right, I have a t-shirt now. I'm gonna use the t-shirt. Okay, now we gotta line up these two colors. Okay, I have all of my pieces. I put little bins in them so that way I can find my center points. Okay, so I'm starting with this one. Gonna put this right up here. Gonna go with this one next. And then I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, bring that in just a little bit. Looking at everything, trying to make sure everything is nice and straight and centered. And now I'm gonna add a Teflon, and I'm gonna press it for 10 seconds. Same like before, medium pressure. Had to stop it because it was on 20 seconds. We're gonna turn it over, slide it in, and now we're gonna press for 20 seconds. Alrighty, we're gonna turn it over. Alright, we're gonna let this cool all the way down. The hoodie is back. Alright, let's peel this. Peels so easy. Some people say they have trouble peeling it, but if you let it cool all the way down, you should have no trouble at all. No trouble at all. All right, I'm gonna show you guys up close, but I love the way it feels. Almost feels like silicone. Almost feels like silicone. My L is missing. That's what's missing. I knew that looked funny. All right, so now I gotta cut out this one from here. Oh my goodness. Y'all, see, it didn't weed like perfectly like I wanted it to with the Juliet. All right, so let's put the L in place because I know somebody was gonna say something, but I caught it. I caught it this time, okay? Now I hate that I gotta repress all of this. Let's see how this one did. Going to peel that up. There we go. Boom. That boss babe energy. That boss babe energy. 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 All right, so I'm gonna lay it out on my desk so that way you guys can really see it and you can see the dimensions. All right, let's take it on over to the countertop. All right, guys, here you have it. Let's finally peel the last part. That came out great. So now I have a complete hoodie. Fearless, Proverbs 31:25. Look it up, read it. All right, and I have that boss babe. So this is so you guys can kind of see the dimension, the texture. It's raised a little bit, so as you can see, it's not puff, but it does give a dimension. It does give a dimension. All right, so you can kind of see how it's raised, right? Let me know down in the comments if you can see it. They come up this way. Nice. So you can definitely feel where it starts and begins, but that's okay. It's supposed to be like that. It is supposed to be like that, okay? I love the way it came out, but most of all, I love the way it feels. So not only does it give it a nice raised texture, it gives it a nice smooth matte finish. It gives it a nice smooth matte finish. So it almost feels like you know, rubber, almost feels like silicone. But this is the Siser Brick 600. Y'all better get you some. So I really almost forgot how much I love the Siser Easy Brick because I haven't used it in a while. So I gotta get back to the brick because this stuff is bomb. So like I said earlier, you can get it in the sheets, so you can get it in the rolls, and you can get it in like regular colors or fluorescent colors. So it gives that extra dimension to your garments, especially to your hats. If you're looking for like a raised texture, you don't know how to work with the puff, and you don't just want to use vinyl. You want to offer some variety, guys. So the Siser Brick is a brick house, all right? Brick is a great option, so that way you can level up on your garments, all right? I just wanted to show you the different comparison. I did have some problems, like Juliet, you kind of let me down today, but it was the first time I ever cut it. So Juliet, you kind of let me down today. I'm like, really, you know, I don't know what to say about you. But at the same time, it was my very first time cutting it with the Siser Juliet. But it was a Siser product and a Siser cutter, so it should have cut perfectly. Maybe I just should have took my cut settings up. But the Cricut came in as the winner. It literally cut it with no problems. Y'all see all this I had over here, right? I didn't even show. Like, I cut the black one probably like 3 or 4 times, and that stuff is expensive, so that's why I was like, I'm done. That's why I was cutting and piecing it together. But either way, it worked out. I love the way it turned out. So if you like what you saw here, go ahead, like and subscribe to the video. Join the fam, join the fun, subscribe to the channels if you have not done so already. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're coming here every week just watching me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, guys. I need you. You need me to help you, teach you, and show you all this stuff, right? And I need you guys to go on over and return the love, like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. It helps me. It goes a long way. Trust your girl. It does. So if you guys are interested in the Siser Brick HTV, you can get it from Heat Transfer Warehouse. The link is down below in the description box. As always, just click see more, and all of the links will be there, as well as the Siser Juliet. Don't falter today. Don't be going hard on the Juliet. She just had a bad day. Maybe she's not feeling too well today. But nevertheless, she works like a charm, and she is faster than the Cricut. I'm just saying. But all the products will be down below. So guys, I hope this video was helpful, and get you some Siser Brick from Heat Transfer Warehouse. Thanks for watching. Keep pressing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Siser Brick house. And yes, I said Siser, not Shiza.